back on Tuesday, and this is the 9th meeting. We don't have much to get through today, since hopefully everyone is starting to get into the groove or is already in the groove. So we'll get through these, do attendance, and hopefully you'll be able to get to your projects.
I'm assuming that was a beep.
We do seem to be lacking data, though.
How could that be?
Who knows?
All right. I can take this for now. When Nia comes on, she is welcome to kick me out. So we have a couple things going on today. We have, as Frank said, this should be a relatively quick meeting, which is good. We want you guys working. First thing is just reminders, what's going on. Then we'll talk a little bit about small groups. Status updates were due last night. We do drop 4, so if you missed one, that's okay. But make a note. We'll talk a little bit about workshops, next class, and then, of course, as always, end on a high note with attendance. I think that the most important thing that I want to bring up, at least early on here, is that we are having a speaker on Friday, Don Toma from RSC, the Rensselaer Society of Engineers. They're a campus on fraternity. They're a fraternity on campus, and they're trying to rethink the role of fraternities in the modern age. So they will be coming and talking to us and kind of getting our input and hopefully deciding how to best meet the needs of a diverse community. They are really interested in kind of getting together with the entrepreneurial and open source organizations. We think that there's a good synergy there, and a good synergy that would be helped by more interactions with RSC and other alumni who are actually working in these fields. So please attend if you can. Please attend live if you can, and please attend and bring some questions if you have any. They're only going to take about 15 minutes of our time, but I'm sure they would be happy to answer some questions. And afterwards, they want to get together with a few of our students. We'll send out a survey or something to sign up for times or to express interest, and they'll ask you some questions and maybe do a little bit of a mini focus group. And if you do meet with them separately, not in the class, but it's separately, we'll offer you a bonus credit for that. Okay, Nia, are you back yet?
All right. She's hopping in now, but
okay.
Should we stall?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, sorry, I was really in depth with a GraphQL query I was writing.
See, that's why you should never do that database stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey everyone, it's Nia. At this point, you should have joined the RCOS Discord. I'm sure someone will put a link for that in the chat. Gained access to the submittee, joined the team for your project, submitted your proposal, and determined a time to meet with your project's team every week. If you haven't done any of that, which again, you should have by now, if you haven't done any of that, leave a message on the help desk channel in the Discord and we will figure you out. That's all for this slide. Project leads. If your project is using anything that isn't the Discord channel provided for you in the RCOS server, if you have your own Discord server, if you have a Slack server, if you're using Mattermost or something, whatever you're using, your mentors and your team should be able to access it. So post an invite link or a join link or whatever you need on your channel on the RCOS Discord so that your mentors and your team can see what you're up to.
So are we back to me again? All right, status updates and grading. I've been over this a couple of times. but you would be surprised at the end of the semester how many people ask questions about it. So we're going to harp on this until everybody's sick of it and can repeat it. They're having bad dreams about it in their sleep. Well, I guess that would be the only place you could have bad dreams, or daymares. But we will harp on this for a little bit longer, and then we're going to just drop it. Status updates started last Friday. We will do it again this Friday and pretty much every Friday from now until just before the semester ends. I think the last one we have is actually an update of open source contributions. They're going to be due, they come out on Friday. I open up the submission window on Friday. They're due the following Monday, before midnight the following Monday, or before 11:59 p.m. Monday night. So they're overdue now. Please submit them in an open format. Use something like Markdown or restructured text, or even just text or PDF, just something that we can actually read within the submittee interface. Because if we can't read it within the submittee interface, it doubles or triples the amount of time it takes us to actually do the grading, and that makes everybody grumpy, and we don't like grumpy mentors. DocX in particular is pretty bad. It breaks. It's impossible to read it, and then we have to download it, and then it's just really a pain in the neck. So please don't do that. Give us something we can read. You can use up to 2 late days on your submissions. You're all given 5 late days at the start of the semester, so there's really no excuse for, and we dropped 4, so there's really no excuse for not getting these in and not doing a great job. I do have rainbow grades available up through last Monday, I think. I don't think I have Friday's grades in, Friday's attendance. We're going to work on getting your first status updates graded and get you some feedback. Please take a look when they come out. Please take a look at them. Make sure you're getting full credit. If you're not, make sure you fix your status updates so you get full credit going forward. Again, we dropped 4, so there's no excuse for not getting full credit. And by the way, when you look at your rainbow grades, there is a very narrow range right now, and submittee tries to guess where A, B, C, and D, or A minus, B minus, C minus, and D end. And when you only have a couple of points of grades, it is entirely unreliable. And things like dropping 2 attendances don't actually show up at this point in the semester. So, ignore the breakpoints, but please make sure that everything you have has been graded correctly up through, I think it's last Tuesday, but, well, it's whatever this is. Your status update has not been graded yet. Okay. Again, make sure you get full credit on your status updates. Check it to make sure. 0 is you either didn't submit or didn't submit anything useful. Half submitted but missed some of the items we require. And 1, it's substantially complete. The handbook has all of this information, so you should be able to get it from there. Right? Here's a nice section on status updates. It tells you the sections you need. Follow this fully and you will not have any problems. Don't follow it fully and you'll have minor problems or major problems depending on how badly you follow it. And I think that is me, Mr. Hunter.
All right, we'll move over to workshops then. So just a reminder from last time, workshops are going to be coming up soon. They're just one-off meetings that are held by RCOS members, generally mentors, but we're opening it up to everyone now. And it's just a small little talk about some technology or language or even a project that interests you and you want to share details about. So anyone who's taking RCOS for credit, you are required to attend at least 1 workshop, and you're welcome to go to as many as you want. There's definitely a lot of good ones, so multiple is definitely recommended if you've got some interests in the different topics. And mentors are asked to host at least 1 workshop. And that does count towards your mentor grade, so recommended to do that. Next slide. All right, so as for actually signing up for those workshops, we will be posting a form in the Discord fairly soon. Again, all mentors have to submit this form, but it will be sent in one of the public channels, so any RCOS member that wants to do a workshop as well can definitely submit that form too, especially project leads. We're hoping to get some different project deep dives this semester. But yeah, definitely, if you have some topics you want to say proposed, you can post them in the server, you can get some feedback, see if that's going to be a popular topic or not, and see what you can go from there. Next slide. All right, so again, this was mentioned a little bit briefly before, but if you look at the calendar link in hopefully soon, the workshops will start showing up there once we get obviously the form and then start putting them into the database. Then you'll get to see the workshops there. So this is up and coming. Keep an eye on this eventually. And then also related, since I guess we're dragging the slides around, but the calendar events will also make their way into the Discord through the form of automatic notifications in the near future. And there's the calendar there. But other than that, that's all there is for workshops. So on the next slide, we have what's happening next class. So again, mentors should start thinking about what workshops they'd like to give out this semester, as well as anyone else who wants to. And then once that form is out, definitely submit a proposal for that. And then as for projects, just make sure that your external chat links are posted in the RCOS server. Say you have your own Discord, maybe use Slack still, something like that. Make sure a link to that is somewhere in your project channel so the mentors can find it. And then other than that, just keep meeting and working on your projects. Next slide.
Okay.
Back to Frank.
So I threw this slide in quite literally in the last minute or so I apologize if there are any typos. But it's something that I feel is very important that we kind of assume is a message that's given to everyone, but I just want to make sure it really sinks in. There are a lot of RCOS members who are really, really experienced coders, programmers, designers, web developers, language designers, right? This slide's not for them. This slide is for the majority of people who don't have all of that experience. So if you are new to RCOS or you're new to coding or you feel like you don't have as much experience as a lot of people in RCOS do, I definitely felt when I first started RCOS that there were a lot of people who knew much, much, much more than me. And I was always nervous about, reaching out or, asking any dumb questions back on whatever we had, Slack and Mattermost back then. So please, 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 if you ever feel that way throughout your time in RCOS, know that RCOS is expressly for you, for those people who are interested in learning more and don't know everything yet. So please never feel like embarrassed or worried about reaching out to not just coordinators and mentors, but also your teammates, your project leads. RCOS is not a class for, you don't really get much out of RCOS if you already know everything. So always feel free to reach out. No one's gonna make fun of you. And if they do, they don't belong in RCOS, and we'll get rid of them. So exactly as Hunter was saying, it's for people who all across the spectrum of kind of experience and knowledge, right? So don't feel like you know less than other people, because the people who know a lot of stuff, obviously you're going to be more vocal wherever you see people talking. So yeah, ask questions. When you're stuck, let us know. That could be as simple as putting things in the status updates, your blockers, as Professor Turner was saying. Don't put, you had a test or you had a stomach ache so you couldn't work. Tell us really what you're stuck on, the smallest things to the biggest things. And if you have a really tiny question, it's worth mentioning it in a Discord server. There are probably people like you who have that same question. So don't worry. Everyone starts out with the same lack of knowledge. Don't feel discouraged. We're all going for the same thing here. We're all trying to learn more. So yeah, just want to slide that in case we haven't gotten that across as much as we need to. It's difficult when we're all remote. That's all for me.
I'm just going to toss in there just to echo Frank. Normally in a semester we have mentors standing in a room talking to you, and I walk around and talk to you. So we try to hit this implicitly. You do have to do a little reaching out, but please know that that's what he has is exactly right. We are here for for learning. And by the way, if you already know everything, find something you don't already know and explore that. This is a unique opportunity. We need to have you guys learning or not knowing as much as possible. I think that's the way to phrase it. So, all right. So this is, as Frank alluded to at the beginning, this is a really short meeting. I tried to come up with a few things. I've got a few things we want to go over on Friday, but I didn't have enough to fill up too much more of this, which is great because you guys should at this point be working on your projects. Please take some time to work on your projects and get together and communicate. This is a good time to have a team meeting. I'm going to hang out around here in my room until probably about 6 o'clock, give or take. So if you need to talk to anybody, please come and talk to me or somebody. Our venue, there's our pretty little venue QR code. Let me switch this over to everything. And then we also have a submittee, pretty little submittee. I was bored today, so I decided today was a boring day. Not with you, I wasn't bored of you guys, but just in general, there's only so much email you can do in a day. Trust me. And I was doing all of it. Come on, get bigger. There we go. So the word for the day or the phrase for the day is boring day. It's always good to have a boring day every now and then, but that means that you guys should have plenty of time to do, great things with regard to your projects. Okay, I'll leave this up for a few minutes. Any questions before I kill the recording? Anything that we need to put on record? Everyone send exciting emails to prevent boring days. Please don't send me any more emails. I mean, unless it's important. I've got enough email. All right, thanks, guys. I'm going to stop the recording. Like I said, I'll hang out here for a bit longer,